We're rejoining Jennifer Moffett. There's some connectivity issues inside the building. So we were just talking about your sort of gut emotional reaction when a school department tells you that you're not entitled to, you're not allowed to, you're not permitted to see, if you will, the very curriculum that your children are immersed in 5 days a week. Some could argue that they spend more waking hours at school now than they do at home. So what's your gut reaction?
Well, your first thing is fear, because you don't know what to expect. I mean, you need to be able to trust the people who are taking care of your kids that many hours of the day. You need to be able to have faith in what they're teaching lines up with what you believe. And when they hide that information, your first instinct is distrust. Your first instinct is fear and suspicion. And what are they hiding? You have to wonder. If they don't want you to know what it is, that means it's probably something that they know you're not going to be doing.
Do you get the sense that school department officials, particularly in this situation, feel like they know better for your children than what you as a parent feel?
Absolutely. I've been getting that feeling for quite some many years. I've had to fight for many things with my kids. Unfortunately, they do have that attitude, like they know better than me, that they have a better education than I do, that they're smarter than I am, and it just isn't true. I know what's best for my child, and every parent in here feels the same exact way. And all we want is just openness and fairness, and be able to be a part of the decision, to be a part of the information about what is happening with our children. We have a right to help decide and mold what they're like.
Right. No, thank you very much for joining us. It's Jennifer, right?
Yes, Jennifer.
Jennifer, thanks for joining us. This has got to be an emotional night for everybody. Let me just throw something in here. They've gone into executive session right at the onset of the meeting. Are you a betting man? Any thoughts on what they're having? Is this kind of an oblique moment behind the walls?
I suspect they're surprised about the turnout. Everything kind of morphed really quickly. This information got out on Fox today, on the Matt Ellen show. Everybody really jumped on this, and I think they're a little surprised at the turnout. And so I think they have to rethink what their plan is here. They didn't think that they were going to have so many people upset about their ideas about the plan.
Is it heartening to you that obviously a lot of people care very deeply about something like curriculum now?
Absolutely. I think we've been asleep at the wheel for a long time, and myself included. As parents, we sat back and we trusted. We trusted that the people who were taking care of our kids' education had their best intent at heart. And I think we've learned over the last few years that there are a lot of people that don't. And unfortunately, those people have infiltrated, and now we have to start jumping up and fixing that. Unfortunately, we waited too long, and it's become a little too aggressive. But I think it's time, and it's really great to see a lot of parents finally starting to wake up to how important it is to be involved every day in every aspect of our lives.
All right, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
All right, have fun tonight. Oi.
You just love getting me, don't you?
I'm lucky to have a very flexible work. So I'm going to try and get that going.
So we're in executive session right now. So I'm taking the opportunity to kind of walk the room and sneak up on people and ask them, well, why they're here tonight. Folks, why don't you tell folks who you are, and what are you from South Kingston, or what town are you from?
We're from neighboring towns, but we're just here to support Nicole because we believe what she's doing is right, and we believe that she should have access to her child's curriculum in school. And we believe that it should not take this amount of work for her to get the answers that she requests.
So it's interesting from your perspective, the real amount of work that's taking place is taking place from Nicole's perspective, not the fact that the school department has to react to that.
Correct. She should be allowed to see the curriculum. Any taxpayer should be allowed to see it, even if you don't.
There's something about this room where I keep losing the signal. I'm sorry. Anyway, good to see you guys again. I can't believe I lose the signal in a school building.
And who are you? Who are you?
I'm Pat Ford. I work for an outlet called the Coalition Radio Network. We're based in Providence. I'll give you my cards.
You used to come to the Cranston City Council meetings, right?
No, that wasn't me. It was another.
Oh, okay.
This is me. This is me.
Okay.
It's clear I can't go in there. I apologize. So anyway,
Okay.
have you ever watched the press conferences with the governor?
No.
Unfortunately, yes.
All right. There's one guy that constantly gives him shit.
Yeah.
That's me.
No way.
Oh, okay.
Way.
I
So
thought that was Bill Hammer.
no, I'm the guy who he asks some. He's my friend. He asks some really like polite, good feely questions. I'm the one who.
Gets in his face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's
Come a little closer.
Just film me.
Right,
Film,
actually,
film me from here up.
Right. The two of you.
Oh, jeez.
So I'm just going to start this. Oh, we're back live again. So anyway, we had to go outside. It's clear there's a dead spot inside in terms of media. You were explaining the importance of parents having access to curriculum. Does it make you angry? Are you frustrated? Are you confused? Just nonplussed? What's your reaction to all of this?
All of the above.
All of the above. I'm angry that she's gotten the runaround the way she has. I'm angry that it's taken this much work. But the most important thing is it's not just parents. It's any taxpayer in the town or city. If they're funding the schools, they should have access to the curriculum that's being taught to the children since they're paying for it.
Yeah, and what's this world coming to if you can't say boys and girls? They have to be neutral gender? I mean, come on.
Yeah, and either way, whatever side of the aisle you're on with that, if you're a taxpayer, you should be able to see the curriculum that you're paying your teachers to teach.
Do you get the sense almost that the academics, if you will, think they know better than the parents?
Yes, I think that there's an air of that, don't you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's their job. They're educated. And
But in the sense, a lot of the issues coming up right now revolve around issues of racism, issues of equity. Do you feel like a lot of folks are being unfairly portrayed in Rhode Island as perhaps being guilty of some of that?
I think they're creating the problem themselves.
Yes. I'm sorry.
Chill out. It is what it is. I mean, I think they're making these issues, and it's just, it's a snowball effect. It just keeps building and building, and where there's really not an issue there.
Right.
Yes, the police, for example. The police are not racist. I speak from experience, and the studies have shown that there is not a racial disparity in vehicle stops in Rhode Island. Mm-hmm. And I can speak on that because I'm very well versed in that. Mm-hmm. And I used to be in charge of APRA requests for the agency that I work for, so I'm very well versed in APRA as well. And I know for a fact that the runaround she's getting is not in compliance with Rhode Island general law.
Right. So you see very much the guilty party of those who made it difficult to get responses to the APRA requests, thus engendering a large quantity of them. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but did I sum it up that way? Right.
What do you mean engendering?
Well, in other words, she's responded with a number of APRA requests.
Yes.
That's her right. She's a citizen, a
Exactly.
taxpayer, potential parent of her child's future education system.
Right.
Even if they provided her everything that she asked for in the first one, if she had subsequent ones, she has every right to request. Rhode Island general law does not state that there is a limit to the number that you can ask for. So she is practicing her rights under Rhode Island general law.
Right.
And the school board, or whoever it is that's denying them, is absolutely violating her rights as a citizen of Rhode Island.
Now, this is all rough footage. Would you mind saying your names and what towns you're from, or would you prefer not to?
I'd prefer not to.
Yeah, I'll pass.
Okay.
But I do have a question.
Sure.
How come they didn't start this meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance?
That's a good point. That should go on the video.
Right. No,
That's a really good point. Make sure that's in our interview.
The town that I live in, I won't say my name, but I'm from Narragansett. And every town council meeting, we always pledge allegiance. And it's pretty sad state of affairs when they overlook that.
Well, listen. Thanks for coming outside.
Thank you so much.
No, much. Some of this will be up on the site. Some of this might go else.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
please, you know what? Can you make sure, please, that you put, that's a really good point, Donnie, about the
sorry,
Pledge of
I'm
Allegiance.
patriotic.
That's a really good point.
No, I know, Jim. It's you got me on that one.
Yeah,
I'm so immersed in my own little private Idaho here that I didn't pick up on that.
yeah, that's
No?
great. Great observation.
Well,
In Trump 2024.
Thanks.
what's that? That's me. Would you like to give your perspective?
Not really, but I live in Florida.
Okay.
We're battling the same exact thing, so I'm just here observing because it's the same and they need to put out the same battle, the same
That has to be out there. It's black and white.
in Florida and every parent here before going into the teachers and knowledge curriculum. It's the same conversation that happens. We don't trust these. People are battling to be doing one-on-one. They don't realize that is.
Would you like to go on cam and say it?
Not really.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, just when you write whatever you write, just realize this conversation.
No, absolutely. No, I'm here to get everyone's perspective. It's interesting because at this point,
Everything I've been listening to people saying, I've been hearing all year round.
right. This seems to. I won't put you on camera, but I'll just ask you off camera. All right. Do you think this has struck a nerve here?
Yeah. I think people are waking up to what's going on.
Stuffy.
All right.
It has its
There's no air.
and if they look back, they will see it's total loss. It's they're making division among people and among families, and they're destroying. I forgot what I said.
Okay.
And that's the goal.
No, thanks for weighing in. Check us out.
I will. I definitely will.
I
That's awesome. I can't believe more people aren't here. More press isn't here.
we cover both sides of the aisle, so we cover both progressive and more conservative.
Is the press supposed to cover both sides of the aisle? And therein lies the rub, right?
There lies the rub.
But thank you, Scott. Patrick, right?
Yeah, no worries. Check us out sometime. We're new. We've been around about 7 or 8 months. All right, buddy.